A star is born.
The star is the star is fumbling.
was the name of the last band you were with before you quit?
There was a R&B band called Double Trouble.
What was the most popular band you played in?
In my opinion, or
Yeah, in your opinion.
that would be Photo from probably late 1980 to early 1982. That was God, that was a fun band. That was Cars, Cheap Trick, Bob Seger, Tom Petty, the Knack, um, and Led Zeppelin, and a bunch of other stuff. That was what they used to call a cock rock band, and that was.
Cock rock meaning you were all guys.
I assume that's so. And then the twist of fate. When enough goes wrong, then you got to work. You go where the work is, and I got in with a country band because they worked all the time, and but it was what that band turned into when we changed personnel. 3 out of 5 changes, and that turned into Lucky Star, and then.
When did Dark Star come along?
Well, that was way before all of this. That was my high school band, and that was all Allman Brothers and Marshall Tucker, and I got the tapes to prove it. And for a bunch of kids, it was a good band and a good experience. And Lucky Star, I was never in a band longer than that. It was 5 years. And that's where I made the most money per year. And in fact, in 1986, if this is any measure of success, it took me 52 weeks to do it. But I made almost $40,000 just playing drums.
In 1 year?
In 1 year.
Wow.
That would be good even now, by today's standards. And playing music, you can't make that kind of money anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the decline of wages, and I watched the collective bad attitude, that bands had to not do this and not do that and don't put up the lights and quit dressing well and just kind of, and that knocked the whole. These club owners, they are not separate islands. They all hung together, and they knew what the going price for live music was, and they knew what they should expect for the money. And who changed that was a bunch of lazy-ass musicians, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's what you get. Same thing happens now,
So what kind of equipment you got here? I see a Gretsch. Is that all Gretsch?
These are Chinese Gretches. And
see, you got a snare drum, of course, and then what's this here called? A tom-tom?
that's a tom-tom.
And
9 by
that's
13. That's a 16 by 16 inch floor tom that I couldn't get a good sound out of. Of course, I was spoiled on my Georgia-made Gretches, but love the bass drum. Always have. This ride cymbal I got for $95 when I was 16. It's still here, and now it costs you $550.
Wow, how old are you now?
Change. I'm 26.
You wish.
Yeah, more than 26. About 36 years ago, I was 26.
Yeah. So, let's see. Do you miss it?
No.
No?
No, I don't. In fact, when I would walk by where I work now, when I'd walk by the bar and I'd hear those bands in there and look in there, and I would remember, and I'm always thankful that so much has happened between then and now, and I would have missed it, and it's just not worth it. It's not conducive to normal life,
Would you recommend it to anybody?
Young people.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but if you want to estrange and alienate yourself from everything that's important, I would highly recommend it, because that's exactly what it does. You're never there for birthdays or anniversaries or holidays, or and that's fine when you're young and you don't care about stuff like that. But that stuff knocks a hole in you after a while, and that doesn't have anything to do with why I'm not doing it anymore. But
Name some of the bars you were in. Some that
In Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the names have changed. Some of them are gone. Probably many of them are gone. We were the last band to play at Peabody's. Remember that in Inver Grove?
Oh yeah, before it burned
We
down.
were the last ones. Yeah, and that was. I got tapes from there. It was a good sounding room, but
Where do you keep all your tapes at?
in a cigar box
Up in your room?
in my room.
Okay. What other bars? I mean, did you went to different
When
states
I made
and
all
stuff,
that
didn't
money
you?
that I mentioned, when I made all that and worked all the time, all the time with Lucky Star, we were on a circuit that we went from Gregory's on 494 down to the Roadway Inn, which I loved playing there because of a waitress named Angie. And then we'd go over to Hafner's, and then we'd go over to McGuire's Inn, and another place or two, and then we'd start and go back and do the whole thing over again. And that was back in the days when booking agencies would give you advice, and if you followed it, you could see it, how it changed things, for the better, and not just with the playlist, but with lights and dress and the whole way that you carry yourselves.
So let me ask you one more question. Before you give us a nice round of drumming here, who gets the girl? The drummer, the singer, or the lead guitarist?
Like the human girl?
Yeah. Who gets the girl?
Well, it depends on your character. It's no guarantee.
Did you ever get the girl?
I got it really an obscene amount for a gentleman to have. It was all kind of crammed into 8 or 10 years. But yeah, it was pretty wild. I mean, the drummer in the '80s, right? I mean, it was what it was, but it didn't change me. And for a long time, I remember every one of their names, for whatever that's worth. And, but the worst, as far as being just a rake and a slut, were the girls I worked with. They were the worst. Shameless.
You mean the girl singers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't name names, but I mean, it's just like now. If you're kind of self-content and prefer the back or corner of the room and don't say much, you're not gonna make out. But if you're some kind of flamboyant guitar player or keyboard player, that's willing to lie to get what he wants, then
Well, how about you give us a good show about what you're leaving behind? Say, like, something that you know real well. And
no, you don't know much. Really.
well, okay, what's a nice little round of
Okay.
is it something of yours or something
No.
something, is it a particular song?
Something from across the pond.
Okay.
still hear a bass guitar.
There you go, Steve Fetzik.
What's left of them. I just like the way they sound.
Is today 23rd or 24th?
24th, I think. I think we'll stop there.
February 24th, 2020, Steve Fetzik.
What's left of them.
Good night.
Yeah, I was a dandy in my day.
You still are. Say good night.